Okay, so salute to everyone out there. I was looking at CBS News and they was talking about Buffalo Bills running back LeSean McCoy and his ex-girlfriend who was robbed and beat up. What it looks like to me is that he wanted his possessions back because they were no longer together and she didn't want to give them back, and he sent someone to get those possessions back. And the person who robbed her, or persons, they knew to hide and not be in the camera view. She had cameras all over the house. So this, is very, very interesting. And Charlemagne, the court in North Carolina said they will not reopen the case. So it looks like he got off scot-free if he did, in fact, do it. So it is what it is. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
Face of Papa John's Pizza founder and former CEO John Schnatter resigned as chairman of the board following outrage over the use of a racial slur on a conference call. The company said Olivia Kirtley will act as lead independent director and added it would appoint a new chairman in the coming weeks. The resignation comes after Forbes reported that Schnatter used an offensive term with a marketing agency during a media training session on race. On the call, Schnatter, who was forced to step down as CEO in January, was trying to downplay his earlier comments that the NFL's handling of national anthem protests by players had led to weak pizza sales. He complained that Colonel Sanders had said much worse in the past without facing a public backlash. Schnatter also reportedly recalled growing up in Indiana, where he said people used to drag African Americans from their trucks until they died. Forbes said the comments were intended to demonstrate his position against racism, but people on the call were offended. On Wednesday, the company went into damage control, issuing a statement saying, quote, Papa John's condemns racism in any insensitive language, no matter the situation or setting. In an emailed statement to Forbes, Schnatter confirmed the allegations and said, quote, regardless of the context, I apologize. But it may take a lot more than apologies to boost the company's stock, which lost nearly 5% of its value Wednesday.
Honestly, I'm not surprised by this at all. You never know the type of skeletons people have hiding in their closets. Now, it's been over a year since I've had Papa John's. And at one time, until now, I did believe Papa John's was the best tasting pizza in America. Their ingredients, the way the pizza looked, the way it tastes, and the decent service. Customer service is decent, pretty good. Average or above average, slightly. I am huge on customer service. If you give me bad customer service the first time, I will never, ever be back. All you get is one time with me when it comes to customer service. Now, the NFL protest, the kneeling, Colin Kaepernick. And he said it hurt his business last year. So he came under fire because of that. And what black men have to understand in America, especially black male athletes, that you fund, not out of your pocket, but you actually fund a lot of these fast food chains during playoff season, during the Super Bowl, and during the season. When people go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they're watching football, they're watching basketball. Now baseball season is in, they're watching baseball. But Papa John's issue wasn't with baseball, it was with the NFL and the protests and ultimately the skin color of black people. And unfortunately, hate is taught at a very, very young age. So because someone is a multi-millionaire doesn't mean that their views on a certain demographic of people have changed. You look at the owner of the Houston Texans, how he is a well-known racist, and he have said a lot of things. And, it's very, very sad that black people have to work with racist people, the owners of these jobs and these companies. And you understand why black unemployment is so high. The people who are doing the hiring do not want to see you economically succeed. That's why you have to do for yourself. And while he was on a conference call, he said the N word. That's how much hate he has for you in his heart. He said, listen, I hate these people. I hate these people. And black people buy a lot of merchandise and just everything in this country. Black American spending power has reached over $1 trillion. I don't know why black people can't put their money together and create their own pizza chains. Why can't black people? Well, I do know the answer. The answer is you've been integrated, successfully integrated. This is the reason why you rather go to other people. You look at what happened at Starbucks and how black men are racially profiled. You still have black people drinking Starbucks coffee. So these people do understand that they can disrespect you, they can spit in your face, they can call you racist slurs, and you will still come back crawling to them. You'll still come back crawling because and see, people don't want me to go here. When I mean by people, black people don't want me to go here because you don't make people pay for disrespecting you. You don't make them pay. So I feel like Papa John's will be even bigger. He may resign, but he's still the owner of the company, and he is still going to make millions of dollars in revenue. You look at Drake, how he did a blackface. Pusha T came out and dissed him, disrespected him. Everyone said his career is over. He comes out with a new album, which I did hear, and is not even good. Couple of songs on it overall is trash. But he have a In My Feelings dance that he stole from another brother. And now everyone is doing the Drake In My Feelings dance. He went from blackface to everyone buck dancing to his tunes. And so people understand that they can say and do anything to black people, and black people will do absolutely nothing. The only people black people will boycott are other black people. So he said, hey, I don't give a damn. I'll step down, but I'll still make millions of dollars in profit. Why? Because black people will still buy my pizza, just like black people will still buy Starbucks coffee. That's black people for you. And so because you don't stand, you really don't stand for too much, anything but to each other. He said, listen, I'm going to get my point across. And when I say he, I'm meaning Papa John's founder. He said, listen, I'm going to get my point across. These niggers in the NFL is messing up my business with their BS protest. Sick of these niggers. Always crying. Always screaming racism. You're making all these millions of dollars and you don't want to stand for the protests. And see, what Americans have to understand is that you do have people who put their integrity over a dollar bill. I know that is hard to understand and see in this day and age, but there are people out there who will not compromise their manhood, their integrity, their culture, their race, and who it is to be a human being on this earth. And his stocks have dropped on Wall Street. I do believe that they will rise within later on this year. Boycotts don't last concerning black people. They just don't last. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, meaning that boycotts, is because I want black people to apply extreme pressure to people who disrespect them. Because I do. Again, customer service, you only get one time to disrespect me. I will never come back again. You will not get my dime. You'll get other black people dime. I understand that. But I'm not like all black people. And so Papa John's founder feel as though, hey, when I was growing up in Indiana, I seen black people get tied to the back of the pickup and dragged to their death in front of everyone in that town. No one stopped it. They clapped. They egged it on. And when I seen a black person, they was too scared to intervene or stop it. I've sat back and seen black people allow my people, which are white people and Hispanic people and Asian people, disrespect black people. And I seen black people stand back and do absolutely nothing. So pretty much everything I've heard about these people, it's true. You're only good enough to buy my pizza, nigger. I know you guys like extra toppings on your pizza. As soon as that phone ring and I hear a nigger's voice on the other line, I know he want pepperoni. I know he don't want any vegetables. He's asking me for extra ranch. Asking me, do I sell French fries? All that nigger shit. So Papa John understand, like, a lot of people that, hey, I'm going to see how far I can get with these niggers and, see if I have to resign or I have to step down. It's his company. He really doesn't have to step down. The only reason why he stepped down is to keep his company going. He's still running the company. He still have black employees. And, it's really, really sad that you have black people that have to put food on the table, pay for rent, pay for a car note, pay for insurance. And they're working for a company that hates their guts. It's really, really sad. And this is the reason why when you have black people who beg white people, who are at the feet of white people, I always make it my duty, a beeline, to do videos on it and talk about it because it's truly disgusting. And the more you beg, the more you are at the feet of these people, the more they disrespect you. And black Americans have not figured that out yet. And, honestly, they won't. You're not going to figure out anything. And people don't like me saying that, but oh well. These people are accustomed to disrespecting you. You got all these black people who are mowing lawns in the pools, hanging out in their apartment complex, and you have Caucasians calling the police on them just simply because they are black. They have absolutely no respect for you. And this is why I tell you, stop smooching their rear end. These people can't stand you. Even when I'm out and about and white men try to strike up a conversation with me, I'm skeptical because there is a place called social media. And on social media, all you see is black people begging white people. So a lot of white people feel as though that black people are weak and all black people are the same. Like, nah, bruh, I know you've been watching a lot of YouTube, but I'm not like the rest of those niggas over there. They're going to allow you to disrespect them. They're going to sell you coffee, disrespect you, racially profile you. It'll make the news, it'll go viral, and black people will still carry their ass in Starbucks buying coffee because black people don't have any standards. You haven't made these people pay for disrespecting you. You haven't made these people pay for spitting on your hard-earned money, your hard-earned dollar that you take to them for a service. Majority of these owners are racist. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon, the owner and the founder of Amazon, came out and said, this, that, whatever about black people. And I shop at Amazon. I get a lot of things shipped to my home. It's easier. Just get online. Amazon sells everything. However, there is a huge possibility that he is a flaming racist. He may not be, but if it came out, I wouldn't be surprised. This is the norm in America. And until black people get on their shit and make these people pay for their disrespect, nothing will change. Nothing will change. Absolutely nothing will change. These people are multi-millionaires. Wake up, roll out of bed, stumble out of bed, and think about the first derogatory thing they could say to a person of color. It's in their DNA. This country was founded off of racism. He also donated to Donald Trump. This is why I say, listen, I'm not all in with Donald Trump. There is some policies I do agree with. But if you are a black person and you are voting for Donald Trump and the KKK is voting for Donald Trump and the founder of Papa John's Pizza is voting for Trump, something is wrong. You have people that will argue and say, well, the KKK endorsed Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. I agree with that, but I'm not a Democrat neither. So, you're going to have to do research on people you support. These people that you give money to, you're going to have to do research because a lot of racist people and people who have very, very low expectations of black people. A lot of these people in America don't like black people. They can't stand your black ass. But every chance you get, you smooching. And this is one of the biggest problems I have with black people. Black people are notorious smoochers. Ooh, y'all can shine to Stacey Adams. Y'all can smooch a butt cheek. And so I do believe that Papa John will be back stronger than ever. Honestly, they have really, really good pizza. This racist has really exceptional pizza. Ingredients, the whole nine, great. But unfortunately, things that make black people big lips smack, they can't stay away from, no matter how racist the person is. I would like to see where Papa John's is next year, this same time next year, or at the end of this year. There's no way in hell he could have said what he said and stayed up there, so he had to resign. However, the company is still going. He will still receive millions of dollars in revenue. He had a problem with the Obamacare. Now, on that, I do agree with him about because Obamacare gives penalty to people who don't have health care. And I feel as though, like, if a person doesn't want health care, they shouldn't have to have health care. You shouldn't penalize for them if this is the land of the free. If this is actually the land of the free. So I agree with him on that. Just by him having a problem with that there doesn't make him racist. But those remarks definitely do. Definitely. And again, black people need to start making people pay who disrespect them. He's not sorry. He's not going to come out and, he apologized, but he doesn't, he just did it. It's a PR stunt. Anytime a person in the spotlight gets in trouble, they have a group of people or someone, publishers, writers, they come to them for damage control. Damage control. So right now he's focused on damage control, even though he has harsh views on black people. For you to be a owner of a pizza chain and you go from talking about pizza, breadsticks, Parmesan cheese, buffalo wings, to black people being tied to the back of a pickup truck and dragged to their death. That's some serious hate, man. I don't know where you from, but where I'm from, man, that guy hates your black ass. And you need to treat him and treat people like they hate your black ass. So, again, I want to see how this plays out. I understand that, more of these allegations from other owners are going to come out. Just look at the owners in the NFL. Just look at the owners in the NBA. I mean, they have harsh views. See, black man, you are only good for making them money, entertaining them. That's it. They use you for entertainment. It means the world to you, but it's just a nut to them. And this is what I've been trying to tell you. Do for yourself. You don't need these people. They feel like you need them. And when you do for yourself, you'll start to get respect. The more you lean on them and say, I forgive you, even though you didn't ask them for their forgiveness. Once you stand on your own too, you will gain your respect. They may not like you, but in your face, they will give you respect because you have an economic base. You have your own income to say, you know what, screw you. I don't need you. And hopefully black Americans learn from this. I doubt it. This has been going on for a very long time. It seems like black Americans just don't get it. And, hopefully you can start applying the pressure to people who disrespect you, your culture, and your hard-earned dollar. I'm out. Peace.